This is a journey through time and space, with the alien who changes his and hers face. Jump into the TARDIS, my faithful friend. Who knows where this journey will end? I am the guide on this very show, and now it's time for us to go into the vortex. Hi ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my name is Stephen Morgan and welcome to the brand new show that is called Into the Vortex. A show where I will be reviewing and talking about all things Who. All things Whovian, all things Doctor Who, whatever you want to call it. And this is for the real fans. The fans who I'm not going to argue and moan. The fans who just want to know and discuss and be interested in the show itself, and that's all elements of the show. We're not just going to cry babies because somebody isn't doing things our way, because that's not the Who way. It never has been. You always got to think, what would the Doctor do? And the Doctor would not cry like a man baby. Anyway, that's my little rant over with. It's time to actually talk about the show, and today we're going to be doing, because I've put a poll on the Facebook group, Doctor Who fans who like the show, who actually like the show, and I put a poll on there, and they chose me to review the episode Tomb of the Cybermen, which I have sat down and I have watched, and now I'm going to give you my review of that episode. Yeah, overall, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a good story. It's got its problems. It's got its things which are wrong with it. It's got its things which are great about it. And I'm going to hopefully go through all those today. So we're going to start with episode 1. Right, synopsis of episode 1. It starts off with the Doctor introducing Victoria to the TARDIS and explaining about himself and the fact he's about 400 years of age. She finds this very fascinating and is a little bit confused. It then goes to the planet Telos, where we find an exhibition uncovering the tomb of the Cybermen. They're trying to get into the tomb, but one of them gets electrocuted. At this point, the Doctor turns up. They think the Doctor did it, and the Doctor helps them get into the tomb. There's a lot of talking amongst themselves. Some of them, you can see not all of them trust each other. They all split up and they all get into the various elements of danger. That's basically the plot of that episode. Okay, things that I noticed. Oh, goodness gracious me. Yeah. Mistakey door. Oh, yeah, the electric door thing. Yeah, the electric door. Let's start with that one first of all. There's this electric door, and it's basically this bloke touches it and he gets electrocuted. And when the Doctor comes along, the Doctor fixes it by saying, all the electricity inside of it is gone now because it got inside this guy's body. So therefore, that is why he died. No. If a door is being stored with electricity, that means there has to be a circuit. Unless it's static electricity, and static electricity, you have to have a hell of a lot of it to kill you. And no disrespect, if there was that kind of much static electricity, that wouldn't have all been gone, because it wouldn't have all gone to that person's body. So that's a load of bollocks. Basically, you have to have a circuit, and a circuit goes around and round and round. So therefore, the electricity wouldn't have just all gone. Electricity doesn't work like that, as far as I'm concerned. If I'm wrong, if I've made this wrong, and I've got something wrong about this, I've only got a very small understanding of electronics. A basic understanding, a GCSE level at best. So if I am wrong about that, then please somebody tell me, but I don't think I am. I honestly don't think that is the way. I don't honestly think that would have worked like that. But anyway, that's besides the point. Also, they all suspect the Doctor of doing this. Why on earth they would suspect the Doctor doesn't make any sense. The tomb's been there for ages. The tomb is obviously, they've only just uncovered the tomb by destroying some rocks around it. So therefore this Doctor, how would the Doctor who's just turned up, how would he have managed to electrify the door? That doesn't make any sense. Also, his plan to let them in, because he decides it's a bet for the best, does it also is like, why would you, if you honestly know it's a danger for them to go in there, and it's quite obviously a danger for them to go in there, it's quite obviously they're messing with things they shouldn't be messing with, why on earth would you say, yeah, come on, the best thing to do is let him in? Which is doesn't make much sense and makes him come across a bit cowardly in my mind, but those little nitpicks going on doesn't really matter because in he goes. Anyway, next bit. Oh yeah, my favourite bit. The door scene. This is hilarious. This is when the Doctor walks through the door with Jamie. He goes to reach out with his hand, but she obviously thinks it's Victoria's hand, and Jamie thinks he's reaching for Victoria's hands. They hold each other's hand, realise what they've done, and suddenly get all. It's quite funny. It's a little tiny bit of humour. Made me giggle. It was very, very good. Right. Next thing I want to talk about is the villainess of the piece, who's Kaftan. I don't know why I think this, and I'm one of these people. I see lookalikes everywhere, and sometimes people just don't see what I'm seeing. But the actress, and it's not the same actress, but the actress really, really reminds me of Barbara Wright. She really reminds me of Jacqueline Hill. I don't know why, but she really does. Every time I look at her, I see Jacqueline Hill. But there we go. So if anyone else sees that, please let me know. Favourite line. Oh yeah, my favourite line in this episode was, I have this special technique. I like to keep my mouth shut and listen with my ears, and listen with my ears, or listen with my use my eyes, or something like that. I don't use my mouth, I use my eyes. I can't remember exactly. It was a little while. It was a couple of days ago since I've seen it, and I've only just written down. I've got a special technique written on here, so I was supposed to remember that. But yeah, it was a funny line that made me giggle. Right, okay. But my naffness was the Cybermat. Don't get the Cybermat. It's not exactly threatening, is it? It looks like a giant. It looks like a toy. It looks like a toy with bug eyes. But never mind. A scream count. I'll give you a scream count. The scream count is 1 in this episode. There is 1 scream, so there's 1 scream in this story at the moment. What the fuck, Victoria? What the fuck, Victoria is... Or what did I say that? Yeah, what the fuck, Victoria? There's a bit where Victoria is terrified before she goes in that tomb. She doesn't want to go in that tomb. She's new. She doesn't really understand much of what's going on. She doesn't really want to go in that tomb. She's frightened of it. And then all of a sudden, when they go off on a little journey discovery to see the place and look around, Victoria sees this big giant thing where she decides to step into, and the evil Kaftan woman is trying to trap her in it. And by the way, the whole story, even with what they're trying to do, even with what they're trying to plan, the idea that Kaftan is trying to trap her in there doesn't really make much sense, and doesn't. If she did understand what that unit was, it was a unit for revitalising Cybermen. It doesn't make sense why she's trying to trap Victoria in there at all. It's a bit. It just screams out like twiddly mustache kind of villain. I'm doing evil for the sake of evil, and it's a bit okay. But the thing is, she gets told once by, is it Vienna? But she gets told by him that she mustn't go on stand in this thing and into this machine, and she does it again. But the truth is, if she was that worried about the place, why is she suddenly bored jumping up in things and going, jumping up in these mysterious sort of like human shaped objects and going, look, I can stand in it, and then when she's told not to, doing it again. Hey, I'm still going to do it. It just screams like, it was setting up this moment where she gets trapped to look for a bit of excitement, but it kind of feels like a setup. There's a lot of this episode which does feel like a setup. Everything's being set up. But that being said, it's actually a pretty decent episode. It's got the things I'm moaning about. They're just, don't get me wrong, they're just about, they're slight in it, but it's got a great introduction. The characters have got a good sense of characters and motivations for each of them. I think the Black Servant is a bit dated Toberman. It's just a bit like, cliched and a bit, oh dear. But Fraser Hines, he just makes me laugh for everything he does. He's got great comic timing and he's brilliant. all the way through. I really do think he's really funny. And that's pretty much it, basically, for the first episode. That's what I thought of that. So now we go on to the second episode. Let's have a look, shall we? Okay. Not you, Jamie. Oh, yeah. Okay. But there's a death. After another death, a bloke gets killed at the end of the last episode. They try to leave, but they find out the rocket has been broken. Surprise, surprise, yep. So they have to. So then they decide to enter the chamber and carry on and enter this chamber. They enter this chamber, and they release this Cyberman, and this Cyberman. They release the Cybermen from their tomb. That's pretty much the story is in this one. Is they release the Cybermen from their tomb. I've got some. My writing doesn't make sense in this bit, so I'm trying to remember exactly what happened because I don't know what a cybercod is. I've got written here cybercod. I'm not quite sure what that means, but basically the episode features the Cybermen coming out of their tomb. It's a very good episode. It's brilliantly paced as well. The actual tomb looks really cool, and them coming out of it. Some people say it's fantastic. Some people say it's a bit cheesy, and it's because a lot of people, when they watched it the first time, because it hadn't been seen for a long time, it got better in their own minds. So a lot of people don't see it as good as it is, but it's really, really fucking good. I mean, yeah, okay, it does look like they're smashing through bits of cheap plastic, but that doesn't matter. It's just got this kind of atmosphere, and the music is awesome. The music is fucking amazing. It really works really well. Trying to find this, blah blah blah. Doctor is a bit daft. I'm not quite sure why I said he was daft there. Okay, nothing cool. Yep. Scream count, there's another scream. There's another scream in this, which is absolutely fantastic. There's 2 screams, so that's 2 screams right now. I don't know why scream's absolutely fantastic. Sorry, I'm just running out of time. I spent so long on the first bit, I didn't realise how long I've got. Okay, so we go to episode 3. Episode 3 is the Cybermen explain their plan. Everyone escapes, and the Cybermats attack them. And the bad guy, they lock the bad guys into a room, and the bad guys escape, and they got a gun. But look, I can go on and on and on. I'll change this a little bit. Let's just say what's really happening here. This overall is a very good story from beginning to end. It's got its naff parts, and some of its naff parts don't make sense, and it does feel rushed at the end to get them out and get them in, and there's a lot of it just does seem a little contrived. But it's got some great set pieces, some great action. It's absolutely brilliant episode, and I really enjoyed it, and I give it a rating of 8 out of 10. So, thank you very much. I'm sorry if I burbled on a bit. This was supposed to be a lot more professional than this, but I wrote everything down. It didn't make sense. I will try better as I go along. This is my first attempt at this. I hope you enjoyed it. I probably will burble through most of them. But, yeah, thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you watch this, and I hope you think it's good. I basically thought the episode was brilliant. I hope I brought up some good points. Sorry, I did have more points, but as I said, I can't really. I wrote that too fast, and I can't really understand my own writing. But never mind. I will see you later on the other side. Bye.